divine helper, soul partner. Who administers this connection with your twin flame in dream state? Is it the ancestors or just my subconscious? Oh gosh, let me talk about this one. There are two different things here. Two different things. Now, when that person comes in the dream state, you will know they've come in. And it is their higher self. Because when they come in the dream state, there will be difference. There will be difference, right? Now, that is when they come in the dream state. Now, let's say, now, sometimes you're thinking about these people. You're there, wishing, you just want cuddles, you're missing something. Ooh, I wish I could even get a text, or I wish I could just send a text. And unfortunately, you can't even send it. You can't even make a call because it is like everything is against your fingers from pressing buttons, right? And you're there wishing, ooh, I wish, ooh, I wish. I remember when we first met, the activation, when it happened. I remember the day when my Kundalini was kicking in. Ooh, and oh gosh, I'm thinking about that person. And then at night, your ancestors, they feel guilty, they feel bad. Then they bring the person in the dream state. Now, who comes into your dream state? Remember what you were thinking about, what you're doing, and stuff like that. And the person is not there, nowhere to be found. Remember, in the dream state, it is the place where you meet your ancestors, your spirits and guides. It is the place where you meet all the water spirits. It is the place where you meet even your twin flame. It is the place where everything, it is a place where we all mingle. It's a town, it's a city, it's a mall. We mingle in there. We do things in there. Now, during the day, you were thinking about things. Your people, they looked at you, they saw the things you worried about. They bring into the dream state. They show you things about what was worrying you about that person. Now, it is what you were thinking about, what you were worried about. Now they bring it into this dream state. What you were thinking about, what is actually happening, and what is stopping things from happening, parallel to your thoughts. They bring things in the dream state. You pushed it, then the dream state revealed it to you. Now, that is when you are finding it difficult to manage. So they have to make you understand what it is that is worrying you. Now, that is when you consciously have recreated something that has to be revealed to you in your conscious state for you to understand what is actually happening, right? Your thoughts are parallel. They are shown to you in the dream state. So you will meet your twin even there. You will see your twin when they come in. They are not coming in with the energy of the twin coming from the higher beat of himself or herself, their higher self. It is something that your ancestors have helped you. Now they are helping you. Your ancestors, spirits and guides, they're helping you understand things. So they're using the image of that person to help you understand things. Now, when that person is coming in their higher self, now this is the dream that is from the higher self, even you can wake up and reach out to them. They will tell you exactly what happened in your dream state because their higher self coming to visit you. They have to visit you through the dream state. You're meeting each other, higher self to higher self in the dream state. You're going to be merging. Everything's going to be energetic. You're going to feel it. You're going to feel the feels. Even the meeting, you will be there vibrating in the dream state, trying to hear what they say. Like vibrating. Because remember that the energy is different. The energy is something else. You'll be there in the dream state vibrating, trying to understand what they say. If by any chance they point at you or they touch you by mistake, you will go into a Kundalini awakening moment in the dream state. Because there are two energies merging with each other. You and your soul partner merging within the dream state. It is totally different. It's a totally different dream. It is you are. Even when you wake up, you will know that it was a match. you will know the difference even when you wake up, that what happened in the dream state was you becoming in union with this was source-based kind of meeting in the dream state. So when you wake up, you feel the feels. Even I tell you, if you were to meet in physical terms, you wouldn't even know how to look at each other, because you would have known that you energically met together. Totally different things. I was answering Jemina with the question, I would like to know who administers this connection with your twin flame in the dream state. Is it ancestors or just my subconscious? Ancestors, they are dreaming with us. Ancestors are helping us in the dream state to understand the things that we're experiencing in real life, so that we can look at them properly. So they create scenarios in the dream state so that we can understand things that we're experiencing, right? For our growth, for our survival. So if something is bothering you, your ancestors, they will recreate things, they will even themes for you to understand. They will put in the people that you're thinking about, they will put them in there, then they will tell you a story, meaning that things are created specifically for you. But when it is the higher self bid of yourself, in the dream state, there will be difference. And they're not coming in there just because they're coming there. You were thirsty with each other. You wanted to be thirsty, drinking each other and stuff like that. They're coming in there because it's deep. Those are big dreams. So the things that they show you is totally different. You will understand as well that the things that they are being revealed to you, it's different things. You can always tell. Remember that your ancestors, your ancestors, your higher self, right? When I'm saying higher self, meaning that your higher self, the source kind of thing, your ancestors, the people who are coming to help you, right, in this path, they're coming in, family members, other people who are coming in with other spirits and stuff like that. They're surrounding you, they're helping you on this path. So what they will have to do is that, remember that sometimes when you're on this journey, when you're in this soul partner journey, you'll find that a lot of things is energetical, right? So you can always tell when they come in, like when you are alone, you are left alone, right? That's why you see that we merge with each other. We merge. When you meet these people, when you meet them in physical term, when they activate you, activation meaning that when you become one with each other, when you're reminded of who you are, you meet each other, you merge, you become one, you become in alignment with each other. That's why there's that love bubble way. What the hell is happening? Oh, I can turn around and do the what they call it. I can do the things. What they call it? What they call it when you what they call it? You can go round in circle, like round without being dizzy, and you can go 100 times without being dizzy, because obviously they'll give you that power, isn't it? That you go round, fast, without like everything that is impossible for others becomes possible for you. You can be in the Guinness World Book of Record for going round in circle for more than 100 times without being dizzy, right? And fast. So when they come in, they make you feel like that. You're merging, you're becoming one, isn't it? The energy, you can feel that you've got that energy around you all the time. You're feeling it all the time. That's when you're feeling all that kind of love. You feel the activations, the chakras activating. You start hearing. You're hearing. Ancestors are opening up using this person. You're hearing. You're sensing things. Somehow now I can even smell wax on the candle. I wonder what they used. You start smelling things, and actually you can tell which one, what it is that smell is coming from. you can associate the smell with something else. Hey, you start glowing, isn't it? You glow. Hey, yeah. Hey, your eyes, you open up. I mean, seriously, you open up. Your eyes, you start seeing things. I mean, you see things as you're supposed to see them. I mean, seriously, what else can I say? I mean, these people, they come and make you see things. I mean, if you were wearing glasses, they come in, they take the glasses off you. You start actually leaving glasses behind. You walk without glasses. You actually no longer need contact lenses. These people, they open it, they scrap all the things. They become opticians for you to see. Anyway, so they do all those kind of things and stuff like that. So, you know, the energy, you can feel it. It's around you, right? You feel the energy. When you go to bed and when you're going to feel things, you can feel them coming in with the energy, isn't it? The energy comes in. It's supernatural, isn't it? It's supernatural stuff. We're not talking about logical things. Energy comes in, stuff like that. Now, when you start going through the craziness, when you start wanting other things that cannot be found, that energy leaves you. It leaves you. It goes. That's when you feel alone. You start feeling alone, like, what's happening? Why am I alone? I didn't know that I can be alone. I can't manage being alone. I can't manage being alone. Then you start wondering, what the hell? You know, you start reaching out to healers. Please find me. Find me. I'm alone. I'm alone. And I'll be asking you, what happens? How come you're alone? Can you see if there's anyone around? You're looking around. I can't see anyone around me. And I said, is it your soul partner? Your soul partner has disappeared. Can you feel them spiritually? You'll be like, I can't even feel them. There's no energy at all. No vibrations. Anyway, let's be serious. It's so hard to have a small conversation in a dream, and then there's what feels like they're avoiding you or hiding themselves. Yes, you know, you need to be able to tell that in the dream it is your ancestors using the person's image to give you a message, right? Because it can mess you up. The reason why I'm saying it can mess you up, because what that image of the person is doing in there, remember that they're there for your growth, they're there to help you, right? If you don't yet understand how to separate the conversation in physical terms, if the person is still alive with us, if you do not know how to tell what it is that they are giving you physically when you're talking to them, and what it is that your ancestors want you to dig deep and look into in the dream state, then you can be confused, because remember that sometimes, due to whatever that you're experiencing, if it's inconveniencing your ancestors, meaning that your spiritual path, if it is inconveniencing them, that because it can, yes, you can be caught up in feelings that you're forgetting yourself. So your ancestors can do things. They can use that person to say things to you that you don't necessarily want to hear in the dream state, and you might be confused into thinking that it is what it is in reality, when it is not reality. It's when your ancestors want you to move from your thinking pattern, because it is disturbing even them in the spiritual realm, because you need to be fully functioning properly, working with them. But if physically you are caught up into the dreamland, too thirsty to go spiritual, then your ancestors have to do tricks in the dream state. So if you're not careful, you might be confusing the messages that your ancestors are trying to shift something about the way you think and look at things with the reality of what is actually happening with the physical living person and what they're saying to you. You need to understand ancestors and how they talk, because sometimes the messages can seem negative when it is not necessarily what is actually happening, but when it is what they want to shift your thinking pattern, because You've been a bother. You've been destructive in your thinking. So they need to make you think otherwise. So what happens is that sometimes, remember that they have to show you things that you need to see and understand. So remember that if it is a soul partner path, so they have to make you understand what is happening with that person, the reality of things that is happening there with your divine helper. Because sometimes if you don't know what is happening with them, you'll be just a mess. You can't even move on. So they'll reveal information about them in the dream state that you don't want to see, and you're refusing to see. And when you meet or talk to the physical living person, because as well they're in their ego stick moments, it will be confusing because they're saying things and you're seeing things that they don't correspond. And then you, being a physical living person, you forget that you need to trust your ancestors. And then you start getting confused because of the things that your ancestors are showing you in the dream state and the things that you're seeing in real life are not corresponding. Then you become a mess person, a messed up person. You're caught up in between the reality of what is real and what is not. I am talking about Lerato Lamoya. Who in this world doesn't want kisses? And when I'm saying kisses, I'm talking about it lightly. Who in this world doesn't want that kind of spiritual kind of kisses? So if you're distracted, you're easily distracted with the physical bit of things, a messed up person you'll become. And if you become too messed up as well, you can start reaching out to different directions to try to get you to numb the messed up you, meaning that you'll be reaching out to too many different people, trying to get people to say the things that you want to hear so that they make you feel good. Oh, it's coming back in 2 days. Ooh, it's coming back in 3 days. Oh, she's gonna be there. Oh, she's gonna be cooking for you. Oh, I don't want. Remember, the way we look at it, we need to look at it with spiritual eyes and think about it with thinking spiritual, right? And look at these people, the physical living people, the divine helpers, as divine as they are. And remember that they are our soul partners, right? Meaning that we're talking spiritual. When we're talking about soul, we're talking spiritual, right? Soul, spiritual. So what they are doing in real terms, the physical bit of things, is gonna be separate from what you're seeing in the spiritual bit of things. Because, like I said, they've got their soul path, even though you're parallel going towards the same thing. But you're walking on two different roads. They're walking on this road, you're walking on this road, but you're going towards the same thing because you're part of each other. You have to experience things, see things you're seeing. They have to experience things, see things as they're seeing, so that when you come together, you join in hands, you talk about the things that you've experienced. So you are coming with what your soul has experienced, they're coming with what the soul has experienced, and then you exchange. And then your soul gain more broad experience of this lifetime, right? That is why they are there. They're coming in there for that reason. Now, if we were all walking on the same road with each other, as soul partners experiencing the same thing, let's say you're meeting, you're together and stuff like that, what are they there to do for your soul growth? What are they there to do? If you're experiencing exactly the same thing. There is nothing to share. There's nothing new to share. There's nothing that will help build up your soul into something, into bigger things, like exploring different things. So you're all living the same things, you're all seeing the same things and stuff like that. Anyway, I've went out of your question, what you're asking me. So what the way they're living their life is what they're supposed to be living it as they're supposed to living it at this particular moment in time. You are the lucky ones that you've met at this lifetime, on this earthly realm, and to activate each other, to help each other, see things with your spiritual eyes, and understand things that are going to be good for you both. And when you nicely align and you both have grown as much as the soul can grow, you can nicely align with each other. That's when you meet physically, when you're talking about things that are rebuilding, things that are good for the soul, you see, I'm talking about, like, you talk and you are agreeing with everything that you're both saying. Even you find that you're saying something and they're adding up. Like you say, I was eating, they say eating because that's what you're doing. And I am, they're saying sing because that's what you're seeing, because you are aligned, totally in alignment. So you're so messed up that you become one. Sometimes you can actually lose yourself. You can be like in a trance when you're with them, because you're so aligned that you can't tell which one is which one are you, which one are they, which one is which. If you haven't got there, you'll get there. You get there, right? Yeah. Remember that we are going on the spiritual path, one step at a time. Remember, don't try to run when you're supposed to be walking. You haven't even eaten as much as I have eaten. You want to run. You don't know that I was consuming so many pastas the day before. Mabele, I was eating mabele. And there you are. You have nothing. You haven't eaten anything. You start running. You think you can catch up with me. So what I'm saying is that we need to allow ourselves to experience what we are meant to be experiencing, and you walk our steps as we're supposed to walk them. If you're supposed to crawl, meaning that to learn your lessons the way that you're supposed to learn them, right? As guided by people. Can I add details to my above question? I see you've touched on it, because yes, it is confusing and ego gets in the way. So say physically you and soul partner fight and argue in real life, but dream state, you're communicating well and he's telling you what's really going on with him. When do the realms align? Answered. Okay, so it's a process of alignment. Yes, it is. And the funny bit about that one is so funny. If you are the spiritual one, remember, you're both spiritual. It's just that the way things are being revealed to you and the way things are being revealed to them, they might not come together at the same time. Sometimes they do come. Information is coming together at the same time. Sometimes information is coming to you because at that particular time you have to go through other things. So you need to process things faster, and then they are slowly processing it, right? That's when we're talking about alignment. You're processing it faster than them. They're slowly processing it. Then when they do, you become in alignment, right? Then that's when you talk about what it is. But why did you lie to me about this? And you were experiencing it. Yes, explanation. Then you find that when you're talking, when you're peacefully talking with each other, you'll find that the whole thing is not, they are not intentionally doing the things that they're doing or saying things that they say. It's divine, by divine intervention, that they do or say things they're supposed to say to you at that particular time, because you need to go or experience other things that you need to experience. So they say things that are not in alignment with what you're experiencing and seeing in the dream state. So yes, it happens a lot. And it's so beautiful because when alignment happens, when you're both in properly in sync with each other, in alignment with each other, you find that you for a few seconds or a few minutes you talk about everything, and everyone is positive about things. You're talking about the experience, the things that you're experiencing or things that you've experienced, and you know, they validate other things that you wanted them to validate for a long time. They say them, and you know, like as if like something that's like you ask yourself, but why now? Why now? You left me hanging for months, and why now? But it is at that time, it is the right time for them to actually say those things to you. But then the following day, they're like, they've never said it, they've never validated anything, they've gone back to like, you don't exist. I, hey, you have to actually have lived this journey to understand what it is that is being revealed to you. Otherwise, if you do not listen to ancestors, spirits, and guides, like I'm saying, you think you're going crazy. It is a spiritual path. It is part of ancestral path. Actually, is higher than that. This one, because your ancestors, they move on, right? Your ancestors, the ones you meet at the early stages, the ones who will even explain these things to you, they move on because they go through the things that they have to go through with you. They process whatever that they need to process. They go through other spiritual realms, right? They have to leave you with other guides. So the person will stay, your ancestors will move on, the person will still be there. So your other people will come in, spirits, new things comes in, that one will still be there. So it is your soul partner. You're partnered with that person so that you can see things properly as you're supposed to see them, spiritual things. So physically, you're lucky that they're there to help push you into seeing things faster as you're supposed to see them. So they are bigger like that, in that way. They are helping you. And if you are in a relationship, it can be hectic. It can be hectic. If you're a man, it can be hectic. If you're in the soul partner route, it can be hectic, especially if you are with the person who hasn't matured spiritually to understand what it is that you as a man are experiencing with that kind of thing, you know, being exposed to that kind of divine helper who happens to be a woman, or who sometimes might happen to be a man, and you are in a relationship with a woman, or you are a woman in a relationship with a man, and you meet your divine lover in the form of a woman, your soul partner in the form of a woman, and you are in a marriage with a man, and then you're caught up. You don't know what is what. What are you supposed to do? What are you actually supposed to be eating? Supposed to be eating which one is which? Because the whole thing is energetical, is spiritual. So when you understand what it is that happens to two people spiritually, you understand that physically, as human being, we will want to be touched physically, but this is a spiritual things, right? That's what I'm talking about. When you're a man married to a woman, and you meet your spiritual partner who happens to be a man, and you're in that kind of thing. So how do you navigate that? Because the whole thing is a spiritual thing, meaning that energies, depending on what it is that is lacking within you, is going to come in that bit as in a male format, physical male format, or female format, female format kind of thing. We're talking about physical people. Now, remember, I'm talking about marriage. You're married to a woman. As a man, you meet a woman who is your spiritual partner, not partner, who's your soul partner. As a woman, you're married to a man. You're meeting your soul partner who happens to be a woman. Mm. Or you're married to a woman, as a woman, you meet a soul partner who happens to be a man, and you thought you were. Hmm? Or you are a male who happens to be in a male kind of relationship with a male, and then you meet your soul partner who happens to be a woman, and you and or you're a female, and your soul partner is a male who sees males, and you are like, you cannot do anything about it because remember, it is a spiritual thing. Even you know that's when your understanding becomes higher. Like, hey, suddenly I'm like easygoing, easygoing. I I understand. They're like that because they were born like that and they're like that. And me, I'm spiritual. I understand spiritual things. Your understanding becomes high. Like, it is as beautiful as it's supposed to be because everything is beautiful, right? You talk like that. Actually, even your voice goes down. Hi, hi, man. Hi, this one, you just have to understand. Hi, but they're married. Hi, but they have to be with their things, their family. For me, I'm just like a soul partner. I'm just divine helper. Your voice goes down. Me as a man as well, your voice goes down. I understand that, woman. You start talking like that. Hey, man, you are sharing now. I understand. As for me, I'm a divine lover. We understanding each other now. Huh? Anyway, let's finish this. We can't go too far. We'll talk about this another time. My Jivram is a catalyst for my spiritual journey. He just refuses to accept my similar input in his life. Then when disaster strikes, he remembers I exist. Then after comforting, he disappears. Aha. Mm-hmm. Yes, they will be there quicker if you're in trouble. They will be there quicker if you will be there quicker for them if they're in trouble. You'll be guided to go to them. If you're talking to your ancestors, spirits and guides, they will come quickly running towards you. You'll see them crying for your help, and then you run towards them to help them because you know them. Even then, when you're crying for help, they will run towards you to help you because that's what they're there for. You don't need to call them. You don't need to make a call. They will come. They'll come. They'll reach out to you. Even though sometimes some of them who are not like spiritual, they will call, but they wouldn't know why they're calling you. But you'll know why they're calling you because you know that you need to hear from them, not for sex or for kisses, for spiritual matters, right? You know they reach out, especially when you're stuck somewhere in one of the dimensional state called the emotional state, mental state. They'll reach out and they'll, like, hey, how are you? As if they don't know why, right? Ooh, you in the ego. I am fine. Deep down, you're not. You're excited. They reach out. Anyway, lovers who cannot be with the people that they are meant to be with, soul partner, remember that this is a spiritual path that you need to be guided in your dreams. You need to be guided. You need to listen to what they're saying to you. Not what they're saying to you when they're in an ego state. What they're saying and what they are not saying to you. Because remember, when you're talking to them, you need to go back to your intuition. Listen with remember that when you meet these people, they'll take you back to your intuition. That beat will kick in fast. You need to listen to what they are not saying to you. And you need to listen to what they are saying to you, because some not saying are cries. Some not sayings are something for you to try to find out what it is that is not being said. about you. Remember that they reflect to you things that you need to look at. Anyway, so that is just that. And khanyang, 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 khanyang. I would say.